If you're a social media influencer, you know you have to stay on top of every little change that social media platforms like Google or any channel you use make to their site. On top of that, you have to track the changes in your niche, the audience, sometimes even the weather for you Instagram influencers. Instead of reacting to everything like most influencers, I recommend being proactive. What changes are coming up in 2020 that you need to look out for, and how can you prepare for them? I'm Voltaire Pavastan, and today we're going to talk about how to elevate your influencer marketing game in 2020 by talking about 3 things to prepare for now so you can stay ahead of the curve and keep those sweet sponsorships coming in. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm putting out videos like this every single week, and I promise you do not want to miss any. So, if you've been in the influencer game for a bit, you know it's a battlefield to stay relevant. Influencers stay on top because they stay relevant and interesting to their audience. If you lose that, you're done. You'll be replaced by their next up-and-comer. Staying relevant means several things. It means choosing the right channels where your clients' audience hangs out. It's choosing the right content types and techniques to attract that audience's attention. It's interactions you make with the audience to stay on their minds. It's also the brands and products you choose to support. You don't want to choose something that turns your audience off. I mean, look at all the stories lately. Blizzard, Twitch streamers probably took a beating after that company banned a pro player for a political protest. Now, it's hard to predict the future. I'm sure will be things coming in out of left field that none of us will predict, but we can make some educated guesses for changes in 2020 that you'll need to deal with to stay relevant. Here's the first prediction we're going to make about how influencers will need to change their game in 2020. Influencers will need to start showing that their influence has more power than just reaching a huge audience. They'll need to prove that they can convert their followers into buyers. A jaw-dropping amount of content gets put out on the web every single day. Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp handle over 60 billion messages every single day. Nearly 6,000 tweets are sent out every second. 95 million photos get uploaded to Instagram every day. The fact is, we have a simply staggering amount of content on our hands, but not enough time in the day to pay attention to it. So, even if you have a lot of followers, that doesn't mean that your posts are going to be seen by as many as you or your sponsors would like. So you have to start showing that you can bring high quality, converting traffic to your sponsors, not just raw traffic. The good side of this is that if you can figure out how to make converting content, then you'll be miles ahead of most of the influencers out there. You can start by upping production values, figuring out the sort of things your followers really want to see from you. I'll talk to you more about in a bit. But studying conversion rate optimization techniques and talking with your sponsors about their influencer marketing goals. If you follow the generic influencer route of only growing the biggest audience possible and peddling it to sponsors, you're going to get drowned out because your content will end up being generic influencer content. Now, how do you avoid that? Well, that brings us to our second prediction. Audiences and social media platforms alike will start punishing generic, non-authentic influencer posts. Viewers, I have to tell you, influencer marketing is maturing. People know all the basic tricks. So if you're gonna go down a stereotypical influencer path based on what those before you have done, you're putting yourself at risk. You have to differentiate yourself by being yourself. It's your uniqueness and authenticity that will bring up and keep that audience attention. The audience is getting bored of generic influencer content because they've seen it before. Social media channels are shifting in ways that will punish generic content. The fact is, you can't depend on high metrics to measure popularity and reach anymore because algorithms are going to get shaken up in 2020. But no algorithm change, short of something crazy like Facebook shutting down, will replace strong, interesting, authentic stories of your life that resonate with your audience. No matter what you're writing, creating videos, which we hope you are, or developing podcasts, you are the foundation of your personal brand. That authenticity sets you apart. People will start looking for you and listening to your thoughts and ideas, reading your blog posts, engaging with your sales funnels, and more if you stay authentic. So, if you've been afraid of allowing yourself to be more vulnerable and open, now's the time to let yourself off the leash. Talk about things that interest you outside of the brand that you're building. Tell the stories that could only uniquely happen to you. I'm going to be talking about some hard lessons I've learned in another video. And simply be yourself rather than generic. Now, before I talk about how how influencer marketing will change in 2020, I wanted to mention that if you're at a loss or a standstill in growing your own personal brand, give Kaizen Sigma a call. That's my agency, and we've helped over 100 influencers find their voice and leverage their brands for success. So call us for a free consultation and discover how we can change your life. Remember when viral videos used to be noteworthy? Literally cat videos would make the news. Now the media market is so saturated, all of the dials are put against letting something go viral. And worse, a lot of the signals we used to use to measure something going viral are going to be hidden in 2020. For instance, Instagram recently removed likes from their system, making it more difficult to see who was sharing what and how often. Now Facebook is playing around with the idea of removing them as well. They're trying it out right now in Australia. So Twitter has very recently put the clamps down on political advertisements and issue-based ads. So we'll see how that works out. You still have a chance of your material going viral, but as an influencer, it really shouldn't be your goal. The real goal would be to provide as much value as you can to your target audience. And the best thing that you can do is really focus on that target audience, which leads us to our third prediction of 2020. Reaching and influencing a tighter niche will be better for influencers than going for a wide reach in the future. By niching down your audience, you'll trade the size of your audience for quality. Your content will have to be more specific to reach out to the audience, but by creating something that resonates deeply with them, you'll create a stronger fan base. Have you ever been to a science fiction convention or an anime convention? The fans are rabid. Why? Because they have very specific interests and are willing to spend a ton of money to indulge in them. So if you haven't looked at the Facebook campaign for Arby's over the past year, go take a look. Arby's is a big generic brand, but they've made a lot of content that's only understood by a very small audience. But because they were able to touch that audience and recognize that niche, they've received a lot of popularity. You heard the saying, birds of a feather flock together, I imagine. Well, I'll tell you, I'd rather have 100 laser-focused brand evangelists on my brand than 1,000 people who don't know or care enough about me. So would your clients. I mean, it's not just enough to talk to Star Wars fans anymore. I mean, you want to target those people when they were alive when the original movies came out. So what you can create from your Facebook posts and your Instagram pics to your blog posts, it needs to be on point. It needs to be unique and in your style. Something which really gets to the heart of what you do and the solutions you can provide. Focused on a tight niche. And using that relatability, you're increasing your authority and trustworthiness. Two factors that directly increase your reach and profitability. How can you implement these 3 suggestions immediately? Start by studying the daylights out of your audience. Find out where they are online. Depending on the product that you're selling, Reddit's a fantastic place to find people and discussions about your niche area. Look at Amazon for products similar to yours and your brand and study them. Think more about how you can make it more real for your audience and how that will make your brand more memorable. We're working here at Kaizen Sigma to consistently create content that converts and sells for our influencers. The way that we do that is by testing and retesting, pushing the bar higher every time. So it's time to grow your brand and your business in 2020. Now, if you want to put your name on everyone's lips, talk with me. I'm Voltaire Pavastan of Kaizen Sigma, and if you guys have any questions about marketing your business, leave them in the comments below and I will personally answer each and every one of them to help you grow. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss on any of the awesome content and videos that I'll be releasing each week. I'll talk to you guys soon.